all his achievements, let's talk briefly about the man known in his company as Tatay. With son Dexter and daughter Divine, the country's newest real estate tycoon runs Globe Asiatic Realty, a prominent player in the high-rise residential condominium market and the leading developer of mass housing communities. Delphin Lee may be a respected industry leader, but to his children, DL is first and foremost a father.
I remember him having to go through long nights, working hard, trying to provide for the family. Actually, he had to live in our grandmother's house at that time. That's during his early days. And eventually, I saw how he strived to achieve what he was, all his desires or his business plans.
For Divine, it was her daddy, Delphin, who helped form her business sense.
He told me like, you know, keep on selling things, you're doing your own buy and sell. Why don't you just join the company? So of course, naturally, I was like, okay, so where's my office? He's like, no, you're gonna be one of those girls in the mall doing the flyering.
DL has shown his children, by his example, the value of perseverance and hard work.
One thing about my dad is that he was never strict with me. He was very lenient in a way that he allowed us to grow on our own. As for being a boss, dun naman different because he's very strict. Like, you know, you don't get a free pass in the company because you're my daughter. You have to prove your worth.
DL's children learned the ropes of their father's business the hard way.
Alam mo yun, parang I don't have salary, I work on a commission. If I don't get to sell, I don't have any money for the month. But then I realized, after how many years in the company, that it's really his way of training because he wanted everyone to believe and he wanted people to respect me of the abilities rather than being the daughter of Delphin Lee.
When I started with GA, Globe Asiatic, he didn't put me at the top immediately. He wanted me to do clerical works. At the first, I was actually one of the cashiers of the company. I was the one encoding those postage checks. I was encoding everything in the computer. So I also started from the bottom.
But Dexter was determined to make it in his father's business.
I learned my way. I learned how to do the operations. I learned how to work with people. Slowly, of course, I went up through the ranks and I had other responsibilities, and now I'm the Chief Financial Officer.
Through Dexter's efforts and with the guidance of his father, Dexter was able to concoct financial schemes and unique propositions that helped earn Globe Asiatic early credibility in the industry.
Of course, my dad had parang high standards, of course. Looking at my dad now, it seems like it's a hard act to follow. But I do strive to be eventually similar, if not like him, similar to his work ethic, his responsibility, his care, his heart, his ambition.
After several years with Globe Asiatic, Divine learned that hard work pays off in great dividends. Today, DL is assisted by his daughter Divine on the marketing front. Divine is now Globe Asiatic's Vice President for International Sales and Marketing.
That's why in the company, they would always say that, you know, my dad's the driver, my brother's the brakes, and I'm the gas. So it's a nice combo. So we all complement naman each other in that way. My brother's always the first one to tell us like, oh, let's not do this, you know, I think we can push that to next year. My dad's always the one with the vision. Then I'm always the one who's fixing his vision, trying to make it a reality.
The first project we put up under Globe Asiatic was actually a housing project for my own people, for my own employees. But then it gradually grew until it reached a point that I said, might as well go into this as a business.
More than anything, DL acknowledges just how important business associates, employees, and friends are to GA's success. To his staff, Delphin Lee is more of a tatay, a guide than a boss. He always teaches his staff the value of hard work, patience, and obedience. He also tells them that good social relationships must be established so the goals of the majority, not just individual goals, will be attained.
He always sees to it na parang he's easy to reach sa mga staff niya. Like he just visits us in the office. Even to our clients, napakadali niyang i-access.
Makikita mo yan si Sir nasa site. Okay? Checking the construction, kinakausap ang mga buyer. So talagang makikita mo na talagang hands-on siya.
When DL talks to his staff, he would always stress the importance of getting things done. He was very unforgiving when he is involved. It became part of the value system that he passes to his employees.
Kapag merong target, you have to be motivated about it na kailangan ibuhos lahat ng effort para ma-achieve yung target na yon.
Yes, for all the people around him, Delphin Lee is truly a father and a mentor who inspired and influenced them in the many facets of their lives. In the end, DL wasn't only successful in establishing Globishatic, he also earned the respectable moniker of being the one who redefined mass housing in the Philippines. Globishatic Realty's success is a story of belief, entrepreneurship, risk, hard work, and setting directions of one man. The man who did everything he can to follow his road and reach his destination. Delphin Lee came from a very entrepreneurial family. He literally grew up in business, sweeping floors and carrying goods at a family lumber yard as a child.
During my younger days, I was growing up with people from lower economic segment, children of my grandfather's workers. So I've seen the kind of lives these people live. I've seen the environment. From that young age, I had this belief that if you would put the same children, these same people in a better environment, things will change. Even their mindset would change.
He believed in his idea and stuck to his guns. Soon after, DL started redefining mass housing in the Philippines, and its phenomenal success can be attributed to the innovative financing schemes as well as the unique marketing strategies that it has employed to reach out to the lower income segment.
I know Delphin long enough to say that he's a straight shooter and he means what he says and he delivers on his promises.
For members of the private sector, he is a dynamic and socially committed leader. He was baptized by the private sector as Philippines' Donald Trump, as he shared greatly in the vision of building an economically stronger Philippines by providing comfortable shelter to the low-income earners.
He once told me of his dream, which is to provide housing to the masses all over the country and to give it in such an affordable manner, at the same time to provide dignity and pride to his buyers. And his buyers mostly come from the C and the D market.
GA's corporate vision is best captured by their two flagship projects in Pampanga, the dream communities of Severo Bacolor and Severo Mabalacat North, which were launched back-to-back in 2007 and 2008. To help these communities to thrive, Globishatic also tries to promote livelihood opportunities to